Tom Gunn here with you again today with another tool haul and more wrenches. You might ask why? Well, because that's what men do. Alright, so over here I have a nice set of mishmash, Frankenstein set, whatever it is you want to call it, but it is an assorted set of SAE wrenches that I've collected over the years. Some of them I had since I was literally probably, I don't know, 10, 12, 13 years old working in the shop growing up. So I'm going to take you through that. It's everything from, I got some Armstrong, Matco, Snap-on, and SK in there. I'll give you a quick overview of that. And then I picked up another one of these Ernst wrench organizers, which I'll give you a little bit of an overview of, and that's what these are sitting in. But what I'm going to do with this one is create another Frankenstein set of metric wrenches, and that's what's in these boxes here. I have a handful of really nice older metric wrenches that I've collected and had over the years, similar to those SAE ones. But to complete the set, I made two purchases. And this box is an eBay purchase that has a bunch of wrenches in it, and in here is an online order from Cripe Distributing, and I'll give you a little bit of info about Cripe and their website. They do a great job of shipping stuff out quick, working with you, and they are basically a company that buys tools from that are either like overruns or going out of business. So like they bought a load of Armstrong tools. They bought, I think, a load of Craftsman tools as they went out of business, or they switch styles and go to different designs. They'll buy all the old stuff and resell it at a good price. So I'll give you a little bit more info about that. Let's jump into this video. In this set, this half-inch Snap-on 7/16, I even think this 3/8, as well as this 9/16, I have had since I was probably 13 years old working in the shop, and I love them. They just fit in the hand so well, and to me, those are the gold standard Snap-on wrenches, right? And I love the 6-point design. That's just kind of what I grew up with. I know a lot of guys like 12. The mechanics I worked at in the shop as a kid always just stood by 6-point. You know, you put it on the back of a bolt and you hit the other end with an impact, and the 6-point was, you know, you held on for dear life as a young kid, and that thing rattled your bones, and that's what I grew up doing. So I just have an affinity for 6-point. And they're a lot easier to come by, it seems like, in the SAE than it is on the metric side. So most of this set is 6-point, and I'll just take you through it real quick. And I've acquired these over the years, and there's some things in it I really like. I bought a set of long panel SK wrenches over the years, and I just didn't love all sizes of them, and I'll show you what I mean by that as we get through them. But this is just and these are all like the longer size. So the SK longer panel, Snap-on traditionally is longer than, let's say, here's a standard half-inch compared to this half-inch here. So you could see all the wrenches in here are of a longer design. But this Armstrong, how nice is that? Nice little 1/4 inch, gets into everywhere. I love this one. Use it anytime I need a 1/4 inch. That's what I go with. Got a nice older Matco here. Just a really nice 5/16 wrench. The older Matcos were just so much better made. The newer ones are so cheesy. Even the USA ones, they're not even printed on both sides. They're thinner, and that's a beautiful wrench. 5/16. Dano, this one's for you. A Herbrand. Look at that. That is a nice 6-point Herbrand. No branding on that side, but that is a great old 3/8 wrench. And in this Frankenstein set, I do have multiples of certain sizes. So there's a Herbrand 3/8, there's a Snap-on 3/8. I generally, if I do have doubles, it's a 6-point and a 12-point. The other advantage of having doubles on the common sizes, like half-inch and 7/16 and whatnot, is if you're working on a project that, you know, you need 2 wrenches, you have both right there. Sometimes you need one on each side of the fastener and the bolt, or you could just have them in different areas of the project you're working on. That's what I really love about this Frankenstein set I have here. So moving through, I just wanted to kind of show you what I was talking about with SK's long panel wrenches, which I don't love. The chrome's beautiful, everything about them's beautiful. They're just a little thinner. Look at that compared to the Snap-on. They're the same length basically, but they are thinner, and it just does not feel great in my hand. But after you get past the 9/16 size, they go up and they get wider. And then from that point on, they feel really nice in the hand. So I feel more than comfortable with the long panel SK wrenches once I get from 5/8 up to 7/8. So that is my Frankenstein set. Love it. As you remember, I showed this Husky one in the last video. They're just so beautiful, these Husky USA wrenches. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. I have a complete set of them, and I was inspired to buy them from that wrench. So let's keep moving along this video. So for my Frankenstein metric set, I have a bunch of nice metric wrenches that I've acquired over the years, used over the years. Once again, some of these I've had since I was a kid. And then I got these other ones here to supplement it. So let's open them up and see what I got. Okay, so this is my eBay haul. And the seller wanted $63 plus $13 for shipping for the items that are in here. And little eBay tip and trick, you don't have to pay always what people are asking. Even if it's not where somebody says make an offer, you could always contact the seller. And that's what I did. I contacted the seller and I said, hey, would you be willing to go to $50? And I would purchase them if you did. Within, I don't know, an hour or two, they got back to me and said, you know what? I'll do $53. That was a $10 discount. And I think I got a pretty good deal here. I think all in delivered, I paid under $70, or just under $70 for what you're going to see here. So this is all Armstrong, and it is nice old stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to use some of these in the Frankenstein set because these are double open wrenches, but they are just really nice, and these are all metric that you're seeing here. So I'm not going to spend too much time on these, but these are like brand new USA made Armstrong metric double end wrenches. This one, this 7mm, is absolutely going to find itself in the Frankenstein set, and there's another double end wrench. But here is what I'm hoping is what I really need to complete my Frankenstein set. And look at that. Is that beautiful or what? Under $70 for everything here. 21mm. Look at the chrome on that. I just love Armstrong. I'm like addicted to Armstrong lately. The machining, the quality, the fit and finish is just second to none. Feels wonderful in the hand. So I got a 21. There's no 20, I don't think, in this. There's a 19. I mean, it needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but they're basically brand new. An 18, a 17. So you can see this set's going to have a lot of Armstrong in it. 15, and oh, there's the 16. Okay, so that was what I got on eBay. Now let's look at Cripe Distributing. And here's a look at the Cripe Distributing website. And as you can see that they got wrenches, sockets, tape measures, knives, you name it, they got it. They got all the large name brands, as you can see here. And they basically carry new old stock of either companies that went out of business or companies that wanted to sell off their older products as they bring in new stock. They buy it all up and they sell it at a reasonable price. Very reputable company. It's been around a long time, and I've bought from them for quite a while. All right, in this Cripe Distributing, I'm going to give you the rough pricing on everything. I'm not going to give you the exact pricing just for the sake of time and not having it handy, but I got a lot of stuff here. First thing, look at this nice little swivel socket. Armstrong, and how do you beat a 10mm made in the USA? And this was $7, I think, and 50 cents or $8. I don't know how you can beat that. 10mm, and it's smaller. I compared it to my Mac and to my SK, and it's actually a little bit shorter, and it's wonderful quality. So you can't beat that. Love when I get a sticker. How do you beat that? A nice Armstrong sticker. That'll go on the toolbox, and let's get into some of these wrenches. So this is a 13mm, all new old stock, made in the USA, beautiful Armstrong stuff. No, 12mm, I'm sorry. I had plenty of 13s, did not need a 12. This is an extra long 1/2-inch wrench. I will show you what that looks like compared to even a snap-on or some of the long panel wrenches. I got a 10mm in here. All right, so pricing, I'm sorry. So $13 roughly on this extra long USA 1/2-inch. I want to say this 12mm was about $10. I think this 10 mil was $11. It's funny how the pricing goes. It's just, I guess, based on the demands and how much they have in stock. This is a nice 9/16. And I'm thinking that's going to end up in that Frankenstein set of USA to replace that SK one. We'll see. That is a really nice wrench. I think this one was cheap for some reason. I think because they must have a lot of them. It was only $9. This is an 8 mil, and the 8 mil was probably, I don't know, under $10, about $10. And then this I couldn't get over the price of. This is a 10 millimeter reversible ratcheting wrench, 72 teeth, and this was only $10. I want to say everything here was delivered for with shipping was $65. Now let's see how it fits into the Frankenstein set. Alright, so to build this Frankenstein set, I am going to use this wrench organizer by Ernst. And the most important thing about Ernst, made in the USA, and they work great. They're flexible, they got this lock-in design, and they work great. Here is that SAE set. I mean, this is a heavy set of wrenches. 15 wrenches in here. Look, upside down, sideways, they don't even wiggle. Can't beat the Ernst wrench rail. This goes for $7.99, I believe, on Amazon. Well, it turned out not to be much of a Frankenstein set after all. Those Armstrong wrenches really filled it up, and I love them. But that's the beauty of a mishmash set. You could flex with it any way you wish. If you come across a nice wrench that you want to add to it, you could always replace it and pull out one, and vice versa. Always sell the ones that you don't need, and just constantly upgrade, or maybe something comes out that's a little better, or maybe you learn about something you didn't know about. A couple things here I did want to point out, though. The 10 millimeters, right? So I love this Mac 10 mil. And I thought for sure that this was going to end up in this Frankenstein set, and it may, but I really like having a ratcheting wrench 10 millimeter. Look how nice that one is. It had a little bit of chipping on it, but that doesn't mean a hill of beans. I mean, it's going to get chipped up anyway. Unfortunately, there are no more left of these on Cripe. I checked for you guys because I just can't get over this for 10 bucks. I think I got the last one. It was on there for a long time, and I finally pulled the trigger on it, and I'm glad I did. A lot of the other Armstrong stuff that I showed you today, almost all of it is still on there, including that socket. What I like about this so much, though, look at the head size compared, and maybe the video doesn't show it as much, but it is definitely a lot smaller than a traditional gear wrench, reversible wrench. So that might end up, and that's another beautiful thing about the mishmash sets, is you could always add a ratcheting wrench on some of the common sizes, and it makes it that much more useful for you. I do got my snap-ons in there that I grew up with and I just always used and had a lot of time with. Unfortunately, I did lose some of the other more common size. I had a 15 millimeter snap-on at one point I lost, and I had a 19 that I lost over the years. But that is the set. It goes from 7 to 21 with just a skip over 20. So if I come across a 20 at some point, I'll pull it in there and pull out one of the duplicates. All right, let me show you those long wrenches. All right, so like I mentioned to you before, this is an extra long. Most all these Armstrong wrenches are the long ones, but this is considered an extra long. And look at it compared to the SK long panel. And like I mentioned to you earlier, I don't love the SK long panel wrenches until they get to the larger sizes because they just don't feel great in the hand. Well, there it is. It's gone. Boom. Got a new nice half-inch wrench in there. And just like I mentioned around the 9/16, little, just didn't love it. Well, I got that new Armstrong for $9, and it feels wonderful in the hand. And this Frankenstein set has been upgraded. And I do have a SK in the metric side on the 11 mil. So that one I seem to not use that much, so I could live with it. And that's my Frankenstein sets. Wrapping this video up, one last look at these wrenches. I think they came out pretty nice. Look at those Armstrongs. They are beautiful. For 80 bucks, basically, I got all those Armstrong wrenches between eBay and Cripe Distributing. So if you do something similar, or you have a set like this where it's kind of mishmash and you collect it over the years and you just like certain brands and certain sizes more than others, please put that in the comment section below. And I really appreciate you watching, guys. One last thing to point out here is not only do they hold the wrenches snug, they come out relatively really easy as well. And what's neat is that you can just rest them on the top. So you could keep them in your toolbox like that if you have the clearance, or just while you're working, you could keep them there so they're easy access, and then at the end of the day, slide them in. Thanks again. Please like and subscribe. And remember, the world has enough guys, so be a man.